right. Good day, WallBall fans worldwide. Today we're here with Mr. Tywan Cook.
What's up, guys? What's up? Thank you for having me.
Welcome to WallBall Worldwide.
I'm out here. It feels good.
All right, awesome. Thanks for joining us. I'm a fan, so I'm happy that you're here.
Humbly.
In not so sunny San Diego today, but the beautiful city
It's nice,
of San Diego at the Ocean Beach Heavy Hitters tournament, three-wall tournament.
Yeah.
So
it's my first time here.
Yeah, so
My
you're
first
playing some
time.
three-wall today.
Yes,
huh?
yeah.
Awesome.
I didn't play in Vegas, so I'm able to play now in 3-wall. Sal told me to come down, so I said yeah. And it's good. I like the
You
court.
can see we even got a one-wall court, so
Right.
you feel a little bit
We
like
got
at
some warm-up
home.
games
Yeah,
over
a
there,
little
kicking
home,
it,
right? So hey, always like to ask people that come on with us, what's their achievement that they're most proud of?
Okay.
And just to throw a little twist in that, also, which one have you not gotten yet that you really want?
I have a few. I want to say I have 2 accomplishments that I want to say. The Worlds, and I went to Worlds in Ireland. That was when I was 17 going to 18. So that was my biggest accomplishment, I want to say. Went to the Worlds. That was my first time traveling. And I won, playing for Team USA. That was big to me, That opened my eyes up to handball, So I would tell people travel, then you get the love of handball. So that was my tournament that I always treasure. And in the States, I want to say Big Blue Ballers. Big Blue Ballers last year.
I was waiting for that.
Big Blue Ballers. It was great to have everybody being at your home park, everybody cheering for you. It was great. I had fun. It was a thrill just to be out there. Would love to do it and just execute too. I was able to take Timbo out. Timbo, I ain't coming for you, but but it was good. That's one of my tournaments.
That was a great finals.
Yeah.
I mean, that was absolutely a great finals.
It was.
And it was an epic game, and through all the players that you've played with, all the battles, all the games you've been through, who would you say is your toughest opponent?
I want to say Thabo, only because he's been playing more singles now than ever, even through the quarantine. I'm like, we playing doubles trying to still stay sharp. He's out there still doing the same Thabo. So he's been sharp, and he's been adding. I've been watching him. He's been adding a little bit to his game to throw us off. So I like that. So I got a few things under my belt for him. But Thabo, I want to say Thabo, because his serve's been really crispy, and he's been killing the ball more now than he ever been. So he's been.
Props to Tywan for making the list.
So I want to say Tywan. I'm gonna say Tywan.
So how about who's your favorite doubles partner? 'Cause you mentioned doubles.
Doubles in general. I want to say my partner Vladi. I don't know if everybody would know him, but he is who I grew up with. We was in the juniors at Lincoln Terrace, but then we excelled in the Bs. Then I got my A card because I was playing with Vladi. But I say him because try to get me. I say him because we was in sync like this. Like he knew what I was gonna do before I did it, and we were just like the same page, and we complement each other game because of But so he was like a solid guy. I was using him. So, but now was my student Nas. I want to say him now. I feel more comfortable playing with him because I don't have to worry about. I know what he's gonna do. He know what I'm gonna do, and we slam. We leave everything on the court and we have fun. So I like playing with Nas. I'm gonna put him in the opens with me. Some tournaments out there in New York. So.
Yeah, it was great to see you guys out here playing together in San Diego. I mean, what do you think of the competition out here?
They good. They no wash. They not a walk through the park. They bring it. Like
Cali can play.
They can play. We on this one-wall court and we hitting this ball at them and they just like this. I'm like, oh my God, these guys is good. So they good. They just gotta learn the one-wall rules and when to move and when not to. But once they learn that, I'm telling you, New York is gonna have
they're a force to be reckoned with, especially Oscar and Chicharron.
Oscar is good. I told him when I saw him in Vegas, I'm like, yo, you good. That was the first time I seen Oscar play. And he took, although Dan beat him, he was holding his own versus Dan. Although Dan gave him a few points, but just to see his performance overall, I was wowed by that.
These three, they're three-wall players, so they have they're playing like in a different dimension from a lot of us New Yorkers. And I always think it's easier to take walls away than it is to add walls.
Exactly.
So speaking of international play in Ireland, I know you're proud of that achievement you did in Ireland, and again, props to our Euro One Ball team out there. What do you think of the level of play outside of New York City in the last couple years?
They've been really stepping it up. Like when I see them coming to New York, like I just seen who was his name. It was a small ball tournament. the #1 player from
Maryland,
yeah,
Killian.
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 Killian was playing amazing.
Killian.
Not that I'm
Yes.
surprised,
Yeah.
but just to see how his game has stepped it up. Because
Mhm.
I've been, even when I went to Ireland, he was good, but
Mhm.
he's amazing now. He
Yeah.
you could just see how they progressing. And the New Yorkers, they taking things lightly, so they definitely gonna be left behind, not me.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why
hey,
for me, I'm trying to birth a lot of players,
Mhm.
under my leadership as well, so that way they can keep that fire going. Because after a while, I'm only one person,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to leave, at least duplicate myself, not my style, but just my knowledge into them, so that way they can be able to do it and
Yeah.
pass down the torch. So
I'm glad you mentioned that in terms of leadership.
yeah,
You know, a lot of times people tend to keep the game to themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, they don't necessarily want to pass it on.
Uh-huh.
You know, I believe that we need to pass it on, because if we don't,
yeah, it's gonna die with
it
you.
will die.
It's gonna die
It will
with you.
die. And just the level of play, we've seen sort of some generations where there was
Yeah.
a dip, and then it took a while for it to
Mhm.
recover. What do you think about the leadership in the game right now in general? Do you think it's something that's lacking, needed or
Yeah.
necessary, or status quo?
I think it's necessary. So I think two leaderships, because as a player, we have a huge following. So
Right by the airport. Sorry, folks.
so a lot of players, they are leaders themselves because people look up to them, but they don't know how to everything. New York is a self-absorbed. Everything is about them, 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 them. So they come to the park, they want everything about them. They want to play on the court, but if you look around you, a lot of people need help. They good, but they just need that extra edge. So yes, and then as far as leadership in the organization and tournaments, they are heavy, because whatever you do, everybody else will do. So the congregation gonna do what you allow. So if you're a bad leader, so I always tell people, start within. I always lead as an example. If I'm teaching people, look at my, lead by example. So that's what I try to do. Lead by example, be honest, live with integrity, all the good morals. And then you can, trickle down into the sport. So I teach them that all the time. And that's what we need. We need a organization or a camp or stuff like that teaching us these good attributes.
Yeah, I think we need to know that there's strength in numbers.
Exactly.
And if we work together and we build together, it will be better.
It will be better.
Okay, a lot of people tend to just want to do their own thing.
You can.
And I see that as a problem. And if you can't lead by example, at least try to not be part of the problem.
Right. Exactly. Or collab with those who can help each other. So we pour into each other's cup. Iron sharpen iron, and then we could do it. Because a lot of kids is out here. I see them in New York. They say, "Tywan, train me." I'm like, "Yeah, for free." Like, come under me, I got you. And those who want it, because the hardest thing is teaching someone who don't want to learn. So I'm willing to teach anybody, and then that's what we need for this sport to grow, the numbers to grow, the competition to get, like this. Because you don't want it's watering down because anybody and anyone is graduating, but then they leave after a while because they can't stay in the heat or sit at the table with the big boys. So in order to stay at the table with the big boys, you got to play against the Sharks. So that's what I'm trying to do with these players in New York.
It's more to the game than just 8 players.
Exactly.
We get rid of that stigma.
Exactly.
Let's everybody has to crawl before they walk.
Exactly. It's who you become in the process. So you become so you start, and then you become and then you become.
You kind of hit on my next question was where do you want to see the game go? Where do you want to see it evolve to?
See it goes as far as tennis. I love tennis, so I always kind of emulate handball into tennis. And I just want it to be big like that, or even bigger, because handball is a great sport to watch. And then our whole physical body, we out there diving and explosives and all that. We don't need a racket, we don't need anything, and then we can still put on a heck of a show. So I want people to see that, just get it out there to people to see what we love to do, and just eliminate all the negative, the drinking and all that stuff. Take away all that, and then people can see the beauty of the gift of what we love to do, because it's amazing. People just be walking and be like, "What is this?" Yeah, because they fall in love with it just because it's so like, "Oh my God, what is that? I want to get to know it." And it's crazy because I live in New York, and a lot of people don't even know what handball is, and it's like 5,000 courts, and I'm like, "Are you?"
And it's been played for over 100 years.
Yeah, like how you don't exactly. So I go, "You don't know handball?" They go, "No, WallBall." They think about the one in the Olympics, and I'm like, no. It's just we need more exposure. We need more people just to get it out there, and then hopefully it can fall into the right people who's interested in pushing the sport. So once we do the groundwork now in the foundation, when we get there, we do it together. Because New York been doing it now with Richie and everybody. So they've been doing it with the committee.
The committee, yeah.
So they've been doing a good thing. So now we just got to get on board with everybody else on, outside of New York, just to work together. Work together.
Yeah, I think you made a great point earlier about the tennis. The tennis being a good example. I mean, you have the two top guys in the game, Federer and Nadal. Yes. That love each other, man. These guys absolutely push each other. They root for each other, and that's what's helped propel their game. And we don't see a whole lot of that in this game. There's a lot of competition, but we get it. There's some swag to this thing.
Which we like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I might talk my little trash too, but it's like I'm honest with it. It's not nothing malicious. It's not no anger, no hatred there. I want you to rise too because I want. Anytime I'm playing Thabo, Tim, I want to bring the best out of you. Like let's put on the show. Every time I talk to them, I'm gonna call it. Let's put on the show because I want you to play great. I don't want to play you when you injured. No. I want to get the best out of you, and just vice versa. So I want you to be on point.
Strength in numbers. You get more bees with honey.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I don't want people to say, "Oh, you was injured." So no. I beat you when it counted, and you was playing your butt off. But I outplayed you like that. Yeah. You want to give. I'll give credit when it's due. Yeah, if you do it, you beat me, you deserve it. I get you the next time. I always tell you won the battle, but you ain't won the war because I'm still fighting. I'm still out here fighting.
That's the right attitude.
So you might get me now, but trust me, I'm coming back for you.
All right, well, Tywan, to kind of cap things off here, I have a kind of wild card question for you because, like I said, I am a fan. Okay, like I said, right? So can you tell us a little bit of the genesis of the left-hand karate chop, the left-hand karate chop, and why do you think that works for you?
Because people can't read it. They think because when I'm swinging, I can go either to the left or to the right, but the same swing. So I could just bend my elbow at the last second and go right up the line or inside out. So it's very dangerous if you don't know where I'm going and it goes so fast. And I love it because how I develop it is when I hurt my right, and I was going for like a month with my right, and I started playing my left, which made me develop more shots on my left. I was like, oh, shoot. I started going for that, and then I started playing more tennis, which gave me that deeper angle. I was like, oh, I can hit the same angle in handball. And so I started going for it. I was like, oh, this is easy. And then that's how I developed the roundhouse. But I love it. That's my signature side. And you got to get low, though. You can't just go for the shot and no. I always tell people
a little spin too, a little rotation.
A little rotation with the hips though. Get them hips a little twist, and you got the roundhouse. You'll see the difference.
So all you kids out there, all you C players, go and find some YouTube, Facebook videos of Mr. Cook and study.
And hit me up anytime, for some advice, questions. I got y'all. Some tips.
The man's a legend. Why not? Well, hey, thank you, Tywan, for spending some time with us here in San Diego. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yes, I hope you have me again. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And thank you for watching WallBall Worldwide.